welcome to our channel. And today it's a wonderful topic that we have and we are gonna discuss. Basically, we have a situation over here. I have this Dell laptop and its hard disk has been fried. Now, I need to get a new hard disk for this laptop. The thing is, if I go and check online stores, I have a new hard disk for like 3500 onwards, 4500 for 1 terabyte and something alike. Now there is something called as a hard disk case. Hard disk case is basically this outer covering and the circuit which is there in this which is installed above the hard disk, which allows this hard disk to be connected with any device with a cord, with a wire, something that we have like this. Now if you go and buy a hard disk, it will come for 3500, 4000 or more than that, depending upon the size and the storage space. And if you go and separately buy a hard disk case for mounting that hard disk, it would be like from $700-800 to $2000. Now how to make all these ends meet? Okay, so first thing, we are going to take a look at what this laptop has. So we'll quickly open this. I'm sorry. Okay, we'll keep this laptop aside. Let me harvest the screws. Now this was the hard disk which was in the laptop. It's a 2.5 inch 128 GB SSD Samsung hard disk. I'll unscrew this part. Let me keep this carefully. I don't want to lose it. I'll remove this. Keep it aside. Now this is the hard disk, which is the 2.5 inch SATA 128 GB that has come off the laptop. Now these are two hard disks. The first is a Lenovo hard disk, which is a 1 terabyte hard disk, which I got from Flipkart. Another is a Seagate hard disk, which is a 1.5 terabyte hard disk, which I got from Amazon. Now this was somewhere around 4500 and this was somewhere around 3500. If you have watched my previous video, you know how I got it in discount at 3500 only. Now how do I get such an hard disk? I'll use some tool to open this hard disk. You have to be very careful and not to damage the hard disk which is inside. The best way is to go with a plastic tool. Since I don't have one available right now, I'm gonna use this kitchen knife, which might damage the sides, but for me it's fine. For you it should not be fine, so you can use a plastic tool to do the same. Carefully open this from all sides. And you have the top covering. This is Lenovo, and just a sec, a little careful, don't have to drop. This is the bottom covering, which I'll put over here, and you see this is the hard disk. This is something similar. This is a SATA. This is one with a motor. It has 1 terabyte space. The funny thing is, the packing is Lenovo, but we see what we find is Lenovo has outsourced something from Toshiba, and the internal hard disk is Toshiba. Now this circuit above, I can easily remove this. Now I have this circuit which I can connect to any hard disk and use this ports to connect it to USB, and we have a hard disk to connect to the laptop. Let's keep it here. I'll quickly use this chip which has or circuit which has come with this Lenovo hard disk and connect it on top of my Samsung hard disk. And now, as you can see, if I plug in this wire and connect it to any laptop, this is gonna work as a USB storage device. Okay, I'll keep it aside. Now let's take a look at this Seagate hard disk, which is 1 terabyte hard disk, which is again 2.5 and a portable hard disk. Okay, so this is the top part. We'll keep it here, and a little careful with the internal hard disk inside. I'll carefully do something like this. Be careful with this. I am being a little bit not careful. You don't have to damage the hard disk inside. Slowly slide it like this, and this is the outer covering. Now this was a Seagate, and if you see, the internal hard disk is also a Seagate mobile hard disk, 1.5 terabyte. And now it has some screws on the side. I'll remove this. I'll unscrew these 4. I believe these screws were there to just keep it stable in the outer casing. So you might need this if you are using this casing and putting any other hard disk into the case. Now there is a outer casing. I mean it's just an aluminum foil, something like heat sink or something like that, which I'm gonna slowly peel off. Okay friends, if you see, this has come off pretty easily. Okay, it's just a sticker kind of, maybe some sort of heat sink, but then it has a similar circuit on top of it, which we can easily pull off. Just be careful you don't break this. Okay, so here we have the circuit which we have got from the Seagate, and here we have the Seagate hard disk. It's ready to go into the laptop. You see the common similarity between this Lenovo and this Seagate is basically one port to connect to the 3.5 inch hard disk, and another one which will connect to the normal USB, which will be connecting these hard disks to any device. So here you go, friends. With this you're gonna save a couple of bucks on buying the outer casing, since now this is one hard disk which I have got from the Seagate casing. I can mount this to my laptop, and this one which was an extra which has some issue, I can put this in this casing and use it just to test or work on it, or maybe I can another day get some hard disk from some other place and put it into this casing and use it that way. Anyways, this saves you some certain amount of money, and this is basically with every kind of small hard disk or portable hard disk which you can buy in the market and utilize lightway. Thank you, friends, for watching this. Be sure